Setting the button icon position property, nothing but placing that button as per the UI on the as on the UI correctly wherever the position you want. So how you do it? So the button icon position property specifies whether a button icon should appear in related to the associated button. Like for example, when you click on one button, if another button should appear, then in that case also you can use this property.
Hmm.
So to set the value of the button icon position properly, click on the action on the definition tab, click on the button action icon position and specify the value either left or right, the position. Okay, next is like setting the button alert message property. Nothing but an alert message pop-up will be appeared, like message box will be appeared. How? Like the button alert message property indicates whether the button alert messages should be used. These messages provide quick help test to assist the user moving through the interview process. Okay, so to set the value of the button alert message property, click on the action on the definition tab. You can click the button alert message and specify a value, or to the right of the button, you can click on a clip button and map the correct respondent to field. Next will be set in the button quick tick property. The button quick tick property indicates whether a tool tip should appear when the user hovers over the specific button. For example, I have a button here, okay,
Hmm.
on the action, I have a button. When I move my mouse over this button, if any action or if any particular text or if anything should be appeared, then this kind of property should be used.
Yeah.
I mean, like not clicking, just keeping your mouse on that particular button should do any action related to that.
Hmm.
So how you do it? Like click on the action on the definition tab, click quick tip and specify a value. If not, map that correspondent field where you already there in the existing manuscript with the respective data.
Yeah.
Next will be setting the value of the action type property. To set the value of the action type property, click on the action. Uh, Value in the sense, like for example, like the particular button value. I mean, like it should have a pop-up or it should have some value on click of that button. It should display some message or that kind of a thing, or called as a value.
Hmm.
Okay, on the definition tab, click on the action type. In the action type list, click on the appropriate option. The action type is added to the selected action in the page designer list. Set in the use editing ID property. The use editing ID property indicates whether to look at the manuscript editing ID field for the manuscript. Page set or page to be loaded.
Hmm.
If false or the editing field has no value, the system will use the manuscript page specified by the manuscript ID pasted and page property. User editing ID property. Okay, like nothing but you are for example, on click of that particular button, like for example, you have developed that code in that of that respective button in some manuscript with some page and page set details and manuscript ID. Okay, when you want to view that particular manuscript details or page set page details, then if the value of the action is true, if the details are mapping, then the respective manuscript ID field will be displayed. But when that, I mean, like, there is no value in there in the particular manuscript ID field, then it will not display. So how, I mean, like how this works in the sense, like when you click on that button, suppose if you want to see the particular fields where the manuscript, in which manuscript is present, that at the bottom you can see like manuscript ID, page and page set name. So how you do it, like click on the action on the definition tab, click use editing ID, specify a value, or you can map that particular existing field ID which you already created with a Boolean field.
Okay.
Set in the page property. The page property specifies the page to be loaded when action is go to page. The value can be determined at two different times. For example, that when you click on that button, so when go to page in the sense like suppose when you click on the button, one page should be it should navigate to one page. Okay,
Hmm.
one page should be displayed. So in that case, you need to specify this property go to page. So how like two different actions that are there, like when the page containing the action is rendered or when the action is clicked by default, the value of the property is determined when the page containing the action is rendered. To determine the value of the property when action is clicked, you must specify the field to execute when action is clicked, prepending the field name with the dollar sign or surrounding with the dollar field name. As I told you, like when you click on that particular button, the pop-up or it should navigate to that particular page, then we use this property. How you do it? Like click on the action on the definition tab, click page and specify a value or to the right of the page field, or you can map that any respect to existing field ID which is present in the flip button. If the system should determine the value of the property, then when action is clicked, prepend the field name with a dollar sign. Okay, for example, when on click of the button, that any value should be displayed or any like it should contain some action. Okay, it should navigate to some other page. So in that case, the field name which you are mapping now, like which you are mapping or which you are giving, it should starting the value should start with dollar and field name and quote action mark around the entire example. It should give like this field name in the sense like for example my button is like duck creek training, so I'll give dollar and duck creek training I'll give. This
Okay.
dollar is assigned to perform any actions or to navigate for that particular page.
Hmm.
Next, setting the page set property. Page set property specifies the page set that contains the page to be loaded when the action is go to. Uh, for example, like you already created an policy, right? So when you click on the account and policy action or rating or code page,
Yeah.
the particular page set details will be displayed at the bottom.
Okay.
So those kind of a thing, like how you do it, how to do it, these are the properties. Okay, you remember right at the top, you'll see account and action button, rating, code, bind, issue, tabs. When you
Yeah.
click on the tab button, those particular respective page the details will be displayed.
Okay.
So those kind of actions are called like page means page name is there, rating. Page the details are below the field, whatever are there.
Okay.
So how you do it? Like when the page containing the action is rendered, one thing, like when action is clicked by default, the value of the property is determined when the page containing the action is rendered. To determine the value of the property when the action is clicked, you must specify the field to execute when the action is clicked, prepending the field name with the dollar sign surrounding with the expression quotation mark. Okay, like click on the action on the definition tab, click paste it and specify a value, or if not, you can map to the respective existing field ID which you already created with the details. If the system should determine the value of the property when action is clicked, the prepend that field name should be like a dollar field name. For this kind of page and pasted properties, that this is common.
Hmm.
Setting the manuscript ID property, like the manuscript ID property specifies the ID of the manuscript. If empty, the system uses the current manuscript. Okay. For example, you have done the coding of the particular button in some other manuscript. So in that case, the property, the ID of the manuscript will be displayed. No, if not, then what are the current manuscript is running for the remaining fields? Na? By default, it will display the current manuscript details.
Yeah.
So how you do it? Like to see the value of the manuscript ID property, click on the action on the definition tab, click manuscript ID, specify a value, or you can map the respective existing field ID where you have already created a condition which is already in existing field. You can map it.
Yeah.
Setting the express action property. The express action property specifies the built-in action to be passed to the express system. Each express system is related to the post action and optional target page for the action. The post action defines the actual command to be performed by the express, such as save, submit, load history. Like express actions are some like where while you are creating a policy, you can see like save, submit, load history, print, open, new. These are the some of the buttons where they are called as express action.
Yeah.
Like saving the manuscript or saving the policy or whatever you have created, or submitting the policy, or loading the history of that particular policy which you have created, or printing or opening or new creating a new policy. So these kind of an actions are called express action properties. So how you do it? Like click on action on the definition tab, click on express action, specify a value, and you can map the respective field ID, which is already in the existing manuscript. Post action are nothing but these kind of express action are called post action because on click after clicking of the button, the action is performing.
Okay.
Next, defining fields. Fields, you know, right? How to create a field, how to add a field.
Yeah.
So we'll be learning that here. In this action, you will learn how to add or remove field and define a field property. Adding a field. To add a field, click the appropriate section, table, or wizard. So you can create a field or you can add a field in section, in groups, in table, in group wizard. Okay.
Yeah.
So click on the insert field button, click field, and then click OK. I mean, like you are adding a field in the current page or page that you want. In pages, we have section, tables, and grid wizards as a proper alignment structure. We use this for the proper alignment. Okay. You are not creating here. This is how you add a field in the page designer under section, I mean like under particular page in section, tables, or grid wizard.
Yeah.
So define properties of the field. You can also enter the Control A, other shortcut, to add a field. Deleting a field. Suppose you like that page already in page designer, for that particular page already the field is there. No, you don't want that field to be displayed on the UI for that particular screen. So
Yeah.
then what you need to do, that you need to delete a field. So how you delete it? Select the field you wish to delete from the page and click the delete button. Defining field properties. To define a field, you specify the following properties. You can also define options for displaying the field in a rating worksheet. Click worksheet option, or to open a worksheet option dialog box, define display option. The worksheet option button only appears if the include worksheet data property is defined at the page level. You can ignore this worksheet option. We don't use much.
Okay.
Okay, these are the some of the field properties which are present in our manuscript, like caption override, compute value, compute
Okay.
value reference, reference page on change. read only, hide field, hover help, hide field in the sense like hiding that particular field with some condition. You don't want to display that particular field on the screen. You want only that field to be displayed when on click of that any particular button on that particular screen. So in that case, you can use this hide field property. Read only in the sense like user cannot edit or give any data. Defaultly it will display a value, but user cannot update or edit the data for that particular field. Clear is 0 means like you created a policy, you already entered the value in the particular screen and you navigated to the next screen. So when you come back to that particular screen again, it should default to 0 or blank. So in that case, you need to keep a property as clear if 0. If not, the previous whatever the value you have given manually, the same value will be displayed when you come back to that particular field as well. No, you don't want that. So when you click on that refresh, it should navigate to blank or 0. In that case, you can use clear if 0 property. Compute value, indication of whether the compute the field when it is displayed. Like executing displaying the particular value when the particular field is displayed on the UI. Okay, refresh page, these are normal. Okay, field caption style, field style, these are the CSS properties like styling purpose. Caption icon, watermark, truncate value is too long. Okay, yeah. Setting the caption override property, nothing but already existing caption is there, but you don't want that, you want to override that particular caption, like writing with a new name. So how you do that? Like click on the field on the definition tab, click caption override and enter the caption. Setting, just give me a minute, someone is ringing my bell.
Yeah.
Set in the compute value property, like how to set that particular compute value property. The compute value property indicates whether to compute the field when it is displayed. Okay, like compute the field means execute that particular field when it is displayed, or display in that particular value of the field.
Yeah.
How to do that? Like to set the value of the compute value property, click the field on the definition tab, click compute value. In the compute value list, click false or true. Set in the compute value reference property. The compute value reference property specifies whether the value of that one field computes and display a value based on the value of another field it reference.
Yeah.
For example, now when you click on that one screen, the value, I mean like that field is displaying. Okay, by default it will display some value, but when it is dependent on another field, that value will be changing. For example, policy policy change field is there, one field. Okay, this is dependent on the policy effective date and policy expiration date. So no matter what, for example, when the policy annual term is like 1 year, then the policy change should display as 1. If the policy term is 2 years, I changed the effective date and expiration date, then the policy change should display as 2. How it should display? If it is like linked to that particular effective date and expiration field, on change of the field, here the value should be automatically changing. So in that case, we use this property, compute value reference property.
Okay.
Okay, like the field that displays the referenced value is the read-only field. Field that use a reference can display values that match the referenced field or different values. computed by a condition set on that field through the condition build a button in field view. To set the value of the compute reference property, click on the field that will display the referenced value. Nothing but policy change. On the definition tab, click the compute value and field reference from the list. Effective date and expiration date fields. Click the compute value reference and map that particular field. Okay, you can map here like the respective fields which is already existing, or you can directly give the compute value reference.
Yeah.
Setting the refresh page on change property. Refresh in the sense like you know, right? Refresh what refreshing of the page do, like if it's
Refresh
clear,
the value again.
if it's clear what are the data is already there,
Hmm.
and it will display as a blank. So refresh page on chain property indicates whether the refresh page, when the field changes, does to set the value of the refresh page on change property. See, when the field changes, nothing but you created a policy in the icon screen, you already given the values, and you navigate to the next screen like rating screen. So now you have filled all the details. When you come back to the again the account screen, then by default the page will be refreshed. What
Yeah.
are the data which you have given earlier on that particular screen will not display if this refresh page action performed.
Hmm.
So all the fields will be blank, and again you need to enter the values and navigate to the another screen.
Okay.
When you want that particular screen to be refreshed every time when you navigate to that particular screen, you can use this property.
Hmm.
Click the field on the definition tab, click refresh page on change. In the reference page on change list, click false or true.
Yeah.
Setting the read only property. The read only property specifies whether the field should be read only. Nothing but user cannot do any changes or update the values of that particular field.
Hmm.
So how you do that? Click on that field on the definition tab, click read only, specify a value, or you can map that specify the value, or you can map that particular existing field ID which is already present in your manuscript with a boolean field like true or false. Okay, setting the hide field property. Nothing but suppose you have like you created a policy. You have entered all the details in the icon screen and you navigate to the rating screen. Now on the rating screen, first 5 fields displayed, but 6th field you wanted to hide it. You want that particular 6th field to be displayed only when after filling the details of the 5th field.
Hmm.
Okay, in this case, you can use the hide field property like condition, like after the user after user gives the value to the third field, then only this particular field should be displayed.
Hmm.
Okay, that kind of a conditions you can give. How this works. So defaultly, if you doesn't give any data to that particular third field now or second field, this field will not be displayed. Only when the user gives some value to that particular field, then only this particular field will be displayed on the UI.
Yeah.
How you do that? Click on the field on the definition tab, click hide field, specify a value, or you can map that any field in the xlib by using an xlib button which is already there in the manuscript in the existing fields. Set in the hover help property.
Hmm.
The hover help property specifies whether to display annotation when the cursor hovers over a field instead of linking the field caption to the annotation.
Yeah.
So annotation in the sense like, right, double quotations.
Hmm.
So those kind of a thing. Or this is also called, in other way, this is also called as like, when the mouse hovers on any other field or any other button, for example, this is the click the field. Okay, this is the field. When I hover on this particular field, few fields will be displayed. Only when I keep the mouse click on that particular field or button, then only I can see below fields will be displayed. When I move back to the somewhere other place other than that field, those details will be hidden.
Yeah.
So those kind of properties are like this, like how you set the properties. Click on the field on the definition tab, click hover help. In hover help, let's click yes or no. Like yes means like it will be like when you hover itself, the details will be displayed. If no means the details will be displayed by default on the UI.
Hmm.
Setting the clear of zero property. Nothing but for example, I have I have entered the particular name as Mega.
Hmm.
Okay, I navigated to the another screen and I came back again to that particular screen. Now I don't want that Mega to be displayed by default. I
Okay.
mean, like, I don't want Mega to be displayed now. I wanted to change and give some new values. But it is a read-only field. No, but it is a user editable field. So now, when I click on that particular screen or when I navigate to that particular screen, the value should be defaulted to 0 or a blank.
Yeah.
So in that case, when I navigate back to that particular screen again, your name will not be there. In name, it will be blank itself. If it
Okay.
is the int or float fields, it will display 0. If it is the string field, it will display blank.
Yeah.
So how do you set it? Click on the field on the definition tab, click clear of 0, specify a value, or you can map the respective field which is already present or mapped.
Yeah.
Setting the field caption style property. Like the what are the style you want, like italic, bold, or in like new Times Roman, or in some other style, or how you want it to display. Okay, like how you set this. The field caption style property specifies the CSS style to apply to the field caption. The style specified in this property will override any global CSS style assigned. Styles will be applied according to the CSS inheritance rules. So how, how you said that, click on that particular field on the definition tab, click that field caption style, and to the right of the field caption style property where you can defaultly you will be when you click on the CSS button now a pop-up will appear. So there you can see multiple styles which are already there and defaulted in the manuscript. You need to click whatever the style you want.
Yeah.
Setting the field style property. Field style is nothing but not caption that previously done only for the caption. Now field style is the sense for entire value of the caption as well. Sorry, value of the particular field as well. You understood, right? Now, see, see, this is the field ID. I mean, field caption. This is the field property. This is the field caption property. This is the field property. Like what are the value is there in the particular field? If you want any in any other style should be displayed, you can use this property.
Okay.
The field style property specifies the CSS style to apply to the field value. Okay. When it is in read only, you can apply only this property when the particular field is in read only. It cannot be edited by the user or the customer. Style specified in the property will override any global CSS styles assigned. Styles will be applied according to the CSS inheritance rule.
Yeah.
So to set the value of the field style property, click on the field on the definition tab, click field style. To the right of that field style, click on the CSS button and select the respective desired style you want.
Yeah.
Set in the caption icon property. Caption icon in the sense like, for example, some will be having the image icon. For the caption, how I said this. For some fields, no, rather than the field name, icons will be there. Like image icon or document icon. So when you click on the document icon, a pop-up will appear and you need to click, you export or import that document.
Yeah.
So those types are called caption icon property.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, click the field in there. No, on the definition tab. Sorry, no, I will explain in a different mode. Now, I have a field called um, table name. Okay, here this field name I have field name is here, and now here is the field value. Okay, the special table name is Duck Creek training. Now the user wants after this, no, there will be like user will be placing some icon. For
Yeah.
example, I mean, like, for example, some icon is there, okay, like image icon or document icon, I place it here
Yeah.
on the UI. So user wants respective Duck Creek training document to be uploaded here on the UI as well. So when on click of the document icon button, a pop-up will appear and files manager will open. You need to click on the respective document which is available in your local for this Duck Creek training name.
Yeah.
Those types of icons are called like setting caption icon property. The caption icon property is used to bring attention to specific fields. Okay. To set the value of the caption icon property, click on the field on the definition tab, click caption icon, specify a value or map that particular respective field which is already existing in the manuscript.
Yeah.
Setting the watermark property. The watermark property is used to insert faded text on a field when it is empty. Once focus is set on the field containing the watermark will be disappeared. Okay, for example, like when the field is empty or blank, the particular watermark should be displayed for that particular field. Okay. Now, when you give some value to the particular field, the watermark will be disappeared. It will not display. For the fields, this one is only for the fields I'm talking. Now we are talking only this topic only is on fields entirely. These properties are only on the fields.
Yeah.
So these how to say, like, define, click on the field on the definition tab, click watermark and specify a value, or click on Eclipse button and you can map the respective field ID which is already existing in the current manuscript. Select the truncate value if too long property. The truncate value if too long property forces the value to be cut off and replaced with eclipses and tooltips if the field or value value text extends outside the width of its parameter element. The parent element must have been defined with. Okay. For example, mm, 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 oh, sorry. Okay, this is the comment field and I have this text box on the UI. I wanted to enter the data. User can enter like maximum 100 characters or unlimited characters. Okay, what if user enters? Okay, here it's it's automatically entering. But on the UI, how we define truncate in the sense when this data is exceeding. I mean, data is more, but the text box size is very less.
Yeah.
You are not able to see entire text what the user has been entered in this box.
Yeah.
So that kind of issue is called truncate value if too long property. This is document, so it is automatically entering in the next line. But whereas in UI, a scroll bar will be there here
Yeah.
to see the whole entire text. So sometimes now, if it is too long, the entire text will not be able to see it.
Yeah.
So in that case, how to do it? Okay. I mean, like how to avoid this issue. Click on the field on the definition tab, click truncate value if too long. Select a value like true or false. So based on if the value is too long, then this will execute. If it is not too long, then it will display normally in that particular text box.
Yeah.
What if we just cut off that and replace with if we just cut off the value, whatever the enter, if it is too long, it will give a restriction like this value is too long or it's too truncated. That kind of notification will be coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, like okay, the field I mean like field topic is completed.